Eric, good to see you, man. Welcome to Popternative.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course, it's really exciting. I mean, we're talking about season 4 of Shoresy, available in Canada. Episodes dropped on Crave in Canada. Very soon going to be available in the United States on Hulu. It's interesting, right? Because you're in a cool casting situation, in my opinion, for two reasons. One, you are joining a show after seasons, like after 3 seasons, so characters been established, but you're also joining a hockey show during the off season, right? So what's that like? Yeah. What's that breakdown like? That character breakdown like? Like, what do you know about the like the show before even like signing on? Like, was there an audition? Like, tell me about that a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely heard about the show. I had heard about Letterkenny and heard about Shoresy being a spinoff. I got the audition, which was just a self tape. I think my agent recommended, you should watch a few episodes of the show, which I did, and I loved it, and I really, really wanted it after watching it. And then I was very psyched when I got an offer right from the self-tape. So it turned out great.
It's interesting too, right? Because it's like, there's a lot of like TV shows out there that have like sports in it. This one really is like a sports show in a lot of ways that has other things in it, right? Like hockey's really the focal point. Do you have conversations with the cast and crew about that? Like, it really is a hockey show.
Yeah, I mean, it's so about hockey. Everyone's always talking about hockey. I'm so lucky that there's an episode of Shoresy in the off season because I don't play hockey. I'm not a great skater. I definitely couldn't be a professional goalie. It's impossible to do all those saves and do the butterfly and all that. I couldn't fake doing that. So thank God there's an off season where they could bring me in just to be a kid having fun.
Once you were cast, you knew who you were going to play and that you were a goaltender. Were there any specific kind of like plans to chat with friend of the show, Ryan McDonell, about this, considering he's Michaels and he's a goalie? Was there any kind of like, even though you're not going to be playing goalie, you are a goalie. So was there any kind of like chats about like maybe getting like coffee and chatting goalie to goalie? Like, I'm curious about that.
That would have been such a good idea, but maybe I was too like nervous to talk to him. And, so what I did do, I definitely studied Ryan's performance, and he's so funny on the show. I love Ryan, great guy. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of what I bring to Caleb, I kind of gave a twist on the weird goalie aspects that Ryan brought.
What is that kind of mindset and preparation where, given that it is the off season, because a lot of Shoresy has a lot of hockey scenes and everything, but like it's very quick pace banter, right? Sometimes it even feels like a lot of it is improv. So I'm just wondering, what was this experience with the scripts for Shoresy compared to past projects you've done specifically?
There's very little improv from what I've seen on Shoresy. The scripts are so tight. It's like a 20 to 25 minute show, but the scripts are like 60 pages, which is insane. So that shows how quickly it goes when usually it's a page a minute. Mm-hmm. So you just have to really know your lines. We, rehearse it as like a cast before, just like always running our lines, making sure that we could keep the pace up and just have fun with it. There's like a really relaxed, fun atmosphere on set to like get us to succeed. They want us to succeed.
Oh, absolutely. The episodes have kind of come out in Canada very soon. They're going to be available on Hulu in the States. I mean, it's going to be pretty crazy. What have you learned so far, even though it's kind of early stages, about the Shoresy fan base, given that the episodes are out in Canada so far?
I know that the Shoresy fan base love to quote Shoresy. They love saying like the same things, which I'm blanking on right now. But there's so many great ones that are going to be recurring in season 4, new jokes. I mean, Jared's such a funny writer, and he writes, it gets funnier and funnier every time you like say a line.
Yep.
Like settle down. People love saying settle down on the internet.
Absolutely.
Give your balls a tug. Lots of great quotes that the fans love to use in everyday situations.
And it's interesting too, right? Because, the process of an actor is like, like you said, you do a self-tape, you get that call that you're going to go to Sudbury and film. And then you at some point find out more about like the off-season component, right? Yeah. And then like, it's just, is it all one big journey for you, or is it kind of like two journeys? Because it could be seen as two, right? Like before filming something and after filming something, right? From a storytelling perspective, does it feel like one big journey with multiple steps?
I guess one big journey. You're definitely right that it felt like it's just started all of a sudden. And I didn't know that it was an off season when they offered the role. They offered me the role and asked me, they said, the role's yours. Do you know how to, and I didn't know how big it was. I kind of knew how many episodes, but wasn't 100% sure. Like I knew I was like in those episodes, but maybe had no lines. Maybe I was just hanging out.
Mhm.
And they asked me, "Do you know how to skate?" I'm like, "Oh boy!" So I said, "Yeah, I know how to skate, and I'm gonna practice skating." So I went with my girlfriend's like 12-year-old cousin to one of those public rinks during the summer, and like did like 5 or 6 skate lessons with him, and was like, "Okay, now I feel like I could fake being a hockey player." Then I find out I'm a goalie, and then I find out I have a double, so I have nothing to worry about.
Wow, no, that's amazing, and I can't wait for
That's
people to
yeah.
see all that on Shoresy on Crave, but also on Hulu in the States. Shifting gears a little bit here. I mean, it's interesting, right? It's really exciting. I mean, you wrote a film and you starred in a film called Older Every Day, which Popternative. You can check the trailer on our Instagram. It just dropped, and you have Ethan Hickey who directed it, and going to be available February 18th in North America. Tell me a little bit about wearing many hats on something like this. I mean, it's one thing to kind of write something, it's one thing to star in it. Did you always feel like this role you were gonna like act in it? Like, tell me about that, because I find it interesting that you wore many hats on this specifically with your production company.
Yeah, definitely. So I tried to approach it just like one step at a time. So first I wrote it and was like, who knows if I'll make it. Then while writing it, I was like, I think I have something good on my hands. I think people will be interested in seeing it. I always did picture myself as the lead character. I love to act. I want to present myself with my own, opportunities to act.
Yep.
It's one of the reasons I started my production company. And yeah, wearing many hats was a bit of a challenge, especially with the lower budget we had. Like I found all the locations, I cast, I helped find the crew. There was just like a lot going on at the same time, but it was a really great challenge.
Mhm.
And it makes me feel ready for the next one.
I'm excited to ask you this because I feel like you can answer this two ways. You can answer this based on you writing it, but you could also answer this like you acting in this movie as well. But I mean, the movie kind of deals with a lot of themes, but the thing I kind of took from it overall is it's kind of this like soul searching self-reflection movie where these characters, like your character specifically, going through things day by day, dealing with a lot of different things. And your character's lost, right? Like there's other characters that are more lost than him at times, but he seems to be the focal point of this lost kind of soul searching self-reflection. So I'm wondering, like, what was that process like writing it and acting in it? Like acting as writing lost characters and acting as a lost character? Because was it more challenging? Was it more fun? Because from a viewer perspective, right, when we're watching these characters, they don't know they're lost, right? So I just find that interesting specifically.
Yeah, I'd agree with you that Val doesn't always know that he's lost. He has, his goals. He wants to write the next great American novel. He wants to get back with his high school girlfriend. But he has just been kicked out of school. He's not out of university. He's not sure what his next step is going to be. He's still like grieving the death of his mother when she was really young.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to bring some aspects of some uncertainty that I feel all the time in my career as an actor. There's ups and downs. You make decisions like going to theater school. It's very unfortunate going to theater school and think, was that the right decision? Moving to a different city, was that the right decision? And I try to bring that to Val as a writer and as an actor.
How separate are past projects for you compared to something like this? Now, I want to ask because I actually don't know, because I wonder, like, this is going to save you being like, well, actually, which one came first? Did you make this before Shoresy?
Oh, way before, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So how separate are past projects compared to something like Shoresy? Like, did you bring mindsets, preparation? Well, I'm talking specifically about the acting, right? Like actor to actor. But like from Older Every Day, do you bring kind of mindsets, preparation to something like Shoresy, or are they kind of separate once you wrap them specifically?
I'd like to think that as an actor, every project you do makes you better.
Yep.
So anything I learned on Older Every Day, I brought to Shoresy. And I think anything I learned on Shoresy, which I learned a ton, I'll bring to my next projects. Yeah.
No, absolutely. What was your favorite thing about being part of Shoresy specifically? Like, was there something you liked the most about it? I mean, people are going to say like all the people, the cast and crew. I mean, I feel that's a given, but like, is there anything else you could say about it? Like besides that, like anything that you really enjoyed about being on that show?
The scripts are incredibly funny,
Yeah.
and it feels like you're presented with a gift. You're like, here are these lines that you get to say that are, to me, like guaranteed laughs.
Yeah.
Your only job is to not mess it up. If you say it, even if you say it deadpan, these great lines, you'll get a great laugh. And when you're doing all these banter scenes, you're trying not to laugh because everyone else has all these funny lines. Yeah, that was really my favorite part, just acting out these great scripts.
Absolutely. And season 4 is available on Crave in Canada. Going to be available soon in the United States on Hulu. And your film, Older Every Day, is going to be available in North America February 18th. Eric, so great chatting with you. Thanks so much for your time.
Great chatting with you. Thank you very much.
Your Instagram, plug away. Plug your Instagram account, plug Mika's production. Like, where can people check everything out? Plug away.
Yeah, just my name at Eric Fleising, and my production company is at Mika's Productions, MEEKUS Productions.
Awesome. Well, this has been Pop Turner. YouTube.com/Pop Turner previous episodes. Until next time, this is Eric and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.